Introduction. Hi friends, how are you? Every day usually we see many things around us. Out of them some can move, while some cannot. Do you know why this is so? Let's understand the reason behind this. Objectives. At the end of this course, you will be able to identify living and non-living things, list the features of living and non-living things, and differentiate between living and non-living things. Dear students, actually we all are surrounded by two kinds of things, living and non-living things. All the animals and plants are examples of living things. Do you know how we can identify living things? Well, all living things show movement. It means that they frequently move from one place to another. All living things also show growth in their body. They eat food for their growth and living. Along with these features, they also breathe. They can feel and are sensitive to their surroundings. They all have the ability to produce young ones of their own. This is called reproduction. Hey friends, now let's know about non-living things. They do not show the features of living things. Here are some examples of non-living things. You will be surprised to know that your father's bike is also a non-living thing. It can move only when it has petrol in it. Like living things, all non-living things do not show growth or reproduction. Here's a chart to show differences between living and non-living things. Summary. Let's summarize what we have learned so far. We all are surrounded by living and non-living things. All living things show movements and growth in them. All living things intake food for their growth and energy. All living things breathe. They feel changes in their surroundings. They also have the ability to produce young ones of their own. Non-living things do not show the features of living things.
Introduction. Dear friends, do you have any idea as to how a kite flies? How do the leaves of a tree move? Or have you ever played with a paper windmill? How does this happen? Friends, this happens due to the movement of air. Air is present everywhere around us, and we can feel it. Objectives. At the end of this course, you will be able to list the properties of air and describe the role of air and water in our life. The balloon becomes large when we blow air into it. This clearly shows that the air occupies space. Air also has weight. You can see that air-filled balloon has more weight than an empty one. Sometimes we blow air to burn the wood or coal. This is because things get burnt quickly in the presence of air. Air moves in and out when we breathe. This shows that air supports life. Is this possible that we remain alive without drinking water? Can fishes remain alive without water? No, we all cannot survive without it. So, water is essential for existence of living beings. We find water in wells, ponds, falls, rivers, lakes, and seas. Not only animals, but plants also need water for survival. Otherwise, they will dry up. Do you know the fact that animals also feel thirsty like us? Without water, they also cannot live. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learnt. We have air everywhere around us. Air occupies space. Air has weight. Things burn in the presence of air. Water is necessary for us. Plants and animals need water to remain alive. Introduction. Here come the sweet potatoes. And here's the Sunday meat. I guess we must be ready now to eat, eat, eat. We all like to eat tasty food. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define food, tell sources of food, know about the protective food, differentiate between vegetarian food and non-vegetarian food. We all need food to live. We eat different types of food every day. Food gives us energy to work and play. It keeps us healthy. It helps us to grow strong. We get food from plants and animals. Friends, plants give us fruits and vegetables. They are good for us. Animals give us meat, eggs, and milk. Hey friends, food protects us from various diseases. The food that protects us from falling ill is called protective food. We should eat lots of spinach, cabbage, beans, and fruits. There are two types of food. Food can either be vegetarian or non-vegetarian. Do you want to learn more about it? Come, let us learn. Fruits, vegetables, milk, and all milk products are vegetarian. Generally, we get vegetarian food from plants. Your favorite cheese and ice cream is a vegetarian food. Eggs, chicken, meat, and fish are non-vegetarian food. We get non-vegetarian food from animals. Summary. Let us have a quick look on what we have learnt. Food gives us energy and helps us to grow. We get food from plants and animals. Protective food protects us from diseases. Fruits, vegetables, milk, and all milk products are vegetarian food. Eggs, chicken, meat, and fish are non-vegetarian food.
Introduction. Hey, today the weather outside is pretty cool. Come, dear friends, let us go to school to read, to write, and to play. We will go to school every day. In this lesson, you will learn about our school. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to tell the need of school, recall the rooms in a school, describe classrooms and playground of school. What do you wish to become when you grow up? A doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, or a teacher? For this, you need to go to school daily. A school is a place where you learn to read, write, and play. A school has many rooms such as principal's room, staff room, and classroom. A classroom is a place where students sit and study. The classrooms should be airy and clean. You can find a blackboard, chalk, duster, tables and benches in a classroom. The teacher writes with chalk on the blackboard. The students sit on benches and keeps their books on the table. Playing is as important as studying. All work and no play makes Jill a dull boy. So friends, you all must play besides reading and writing. The school has big playgrounds where